Welcome to the Lawndale Guitar Show, the show that's about guitars and the people that play them. I'm very pleased for tonight's episode to have with us Rick Lawndale, otherwise known as Rick Lawndale, longtime South Bay institution. Rick, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Yeah, very flattered that you asked me.
You know, I know some of your background, but I'm going to ask you some questions for people watching about how you got the name and your history here in not only Lawndale, but all the greater South Bay. And to start, how did you get the name?
Well, like I was telling you earlier, I used to play with I have a friend named Ricky Sepulveda, and we had a group called Pico and Sepulveda. He later played with me later, but you know they get the Dr. Demento thing. So I just thought it was kind of I would name myself after cities for being in that group. But I just thought it sounded kind of cool, kind of funny and campy, kind of, and because it had the suburban thing, which I used to write songs about the suburbs a lot and stuff. So I just kind of thought it sounded kind of funny.
And we probably remember that band, the Suburban Lawns.
Right, I just thought it was
tied in.
I thought it was humorous, let me put it that way.
And you told me you actually lived in Lawndale at one time.
Yeah, briefly I did. I'm from the South Bay area, but now I live in Alhambra, so I'm on the east side.
Ah, yeah. When you were growing up, you lived in Torrance?
North Torrance. Yeah.
And you went to North High.
Yeah.
But you did know other people in Lawndale as time went by, and some other musicians and so forth?
I think so. Well, that's where they had the SST Records was there in Lawndale.
There's some history there. You know, I believe they still have a mailing address at the Lawndale post office for SST Records.
And I think it's in Texas now or something.
Oh, has he? But I know for years they had a mailing address that they would use here for the company. And that was Greg Ginn, and there was all those other bands in that era that were the punk bands like Black Flag and so forth. You've met some of those musicians as the years went by?
Well, yeah, because I was on the label, obviously I met them. Yeah.
Right. So you saw a lot of that early development in history as it was going on back in the 80s and into the 90s.
Yeah, so that was kind of a departure when they had us on there because we were a little different because it was kind of a surf thing.
Surf band. Yeah. So was that some of your influences, some of the classic surf bands like
The Ventures,
Dick Dale and all that?
Yeah. So you were into like 50s and 60s rock and stuff. Yeah.
So you were learning those songs and then playing it with friends and then decided to get your own band going?
It was a concept, yeah. The concept was to do an instrumental thing. So, I had a concept of trying to do a group like that, yeah.
How old were you when you first picked up the guitar?
I didn't really start till later because I used to play elementary school I used to play the tuba. And then I used to play the recorder. I was really good at the recorder, and I was in these like Renaissance groups and stuff. But then the guitar, it was, I guess, high school. I don't remember exactly when, but.
Did your parents get you one when you finally asked for it, or?
I forget, but I didn't really get into it till I was like a junior high or something. That's when I started really getting into it. But I don't remember exactly when I started with the guitar.
Did you start a band while you were still in high school?
We had a band. We didn't really do gigs too much. We just sat around in the house. And we made tapes. We always used to make tapes. Yeah. But not too much live performances yet. Right. No. No.
No house parties and backyard parties.
Just a few friends. Yeah. Not too much like it. Well, at that time there wasn't too many places to play.
Yeah.
Later when they had the punk explosion, there was like a zillion. But before it wasn't really any place to play. So it was different.
Now, when you got the real band going, the Lawndale band, the first band there. What's some of the clubs that you guys played around the South Bay and Hollywood and elsewhere?
Yeah, we played at they used to be what they call it, the Music Machine. And they used to be the, I can't even remember hardly. Well, we played the Whiskey one time, and there was the Lingerie, Club Lingerie, the Rogers. There was all kinds of different clubs. Used to be the Safari Sam's. We played there. That was nice to be. I can hardly remember, but there was quite a few different clubs. Some of them there's always a lot of them don't exist anymore. But
right, the building's gone, or they changed the name altogether.
Quite a few different. Yeah, the Music Machine. I remember used to play there all the time.
Madam Wong's or the Anti Club or any of those places.
Anti Club, yeah. I never played Madam Wong's, but that was a little bit earlier. That was like super early, like new wave. We were a little bit later than that. Yeah.
Did you ever play in the beach area? I know a lot of the bands did. The Cove Theater used to have shows there years ago.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit before our time. Yeah, we played around here. I'm trying to remember the names of the clubs, but yeah, we played around a lot of parties and stuff too.
Yeah, a lot of good times, a lot of memories.
We went on a tour once, just one tour.
Really? Where'd you go with that?
All over the U.S. and then we went a little bit in Canada.
Oh, wow. About what year did that take place?
80s, something. I forget exactly which year.
You know, I have with me one of your early CDs, just to show for the viewers, and Sasquatch Rock. That's a classic CD, and that's you on there and some of your bandmates. Do you still see any of these guys or keep in contact?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. It's still. I just doing my own solo thing. You know.
So it's a solo act that you're doing now.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I have. Yeah.
Are you recording still?
Yeah, I have a recording studio in my house. Yeah.
And you have new CDs that you've been putting out? And,
yeah, I have. They're over there. But oh, here we go. I have three of them.
Let's show a couple of them.
Here's this one. This is a country flavor one. This is Ponderosa Parkway. You could actually, what you could do is you could download it on the CD. But there it goes. But that's it. So that's my. I don't know if you catch the cover. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. All right.
So do you recognize it? Yeah, it's kind of a Dylan Takeoff thing.
Yeah. A Highway 61 revisited.
Right, it's like a Dylan Takeoff thing. So this is like a country flavor kind of thing. Then this is the one I did, like, this was like 2001. This is more of a rocker one. This is the Surfabilly Rock. That's more of a pretty much surf rock all the way. This is the latest one I did. This is the Rick Lawndale Unplugged. So this has got like 20 songs. It's just like a lot of the songs, some of the songs that I did before, and a lot of them I'm working on, but just an acoustic version. So it's like my unplugged version. So some of these songs hopefully will end up being electrified later, you know, when this is done in the period where I didn't really have a band.
Right.
So they're all acoustic.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have your own like Facebook page or web page?
Yeah, just go to, I got MySpace page, MySpace/the Rick Lawndale Band, and then I have the, I mainly just get into the Facebook because I like that because I could send messages to people. So you just go to, if you wanted to find out about it, just go to Rick Lawndale, search for Rick Lawndale on there, and if I play a gig, it'll say it on there if you want to see it.
You know, the one that I brought in, I found that on eBay, so they can even find them on there if they're looking.
Oh, it's on eBay?
Yeah. Now, getting back to your guitar beginnings, what was your first guitar that you had? You remember? It's hard, I know. I remember mine as a kid.
I remember I had Fender Stratocasters or something. I'm pretty sure I had one before that. I'm sorry, I really don't remember.
Well, Fender's similar to what I'm playing right here.
A variety of different ones.
So you got that surf sound with the tremolo bar and the reverb.
I didn't have a tremolo bar, but
okay.
But I had. I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I'm sure I had quite a few different guitars.
So tonight, though, you brought with you
this
your
is
Yamaha.
Yeah, this is a really good one though. It's a Yamaha. I'm told it's like $1,000, couple $1,000 guitar. So I mean, I got it used, but it's a good sounding guitar. But it looks kind of like a Les Paul.
How long have you had that one now?
Pretty long. I had it like I don't know, 13 years or something.
So you play both your vintage surf sounding music on this as well as some of your new country material?
Yeah.
And do you record with this and like a home studio or something?
Yeah, Well, I have a commercial studio. I mean, it's small time, but yeah, I mean, that's part of one of the jobs I have. Sunspot Studio. So if anybody's looking for record, you can find that on the www.sunspotprod.com.
Great.
So I have Pro Tools and everything. So I do
wonderful.
a little small project.
Do you bring in other musicians, drummers and bass and everything to play with you on your recordings?
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I record other people for pay. They come,
okay. Besides their own music.
Did a lot of rappers and stuff.
Yeah.
I do a lot of rappers. Yeah.
Now, on your own stuff, are you doing more vocals? Because I know that early surf was mostly instrumental.
It's about 2/3 vocal. Yeah, it's mainly vocal. Some instrumentals. Yeah.
And I see that you brought in acoustic, so you're going to do some of that a little later. Some of the acoustic with vocal stuff.
Yeah,
great.
that's what I mean. Before I had that group, I used to always do it because I used to do folk type music and stuff. So I've always done songs with singing. But that was a concept, doing the instrumental thing. But I've always done songs with singing in it.
Do you still get out and play around from time to time?
I played at this. My last gig was about 3 weeks ago at this. It's a new club called Cafe Nayla, and it's owned by the guy Dave Travis. But I've known him for ages, and he's got the club there, and very good club, and got a lot of the old school kind of.
Where are they located at?
It's in, I think it's called Cypress Park, kind of near Highland Park.
Oh, okay.
Right near the 2 freeway. So he had me play there, and then I played at the House of Blues Foundation Room. and just various places, whatever I, you know.
So no plans to give it up, no retirement, keep going as long as you can?
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, no, I wasn't really planning. I'm as into it now as ever, you know.
Ah, that's great.
But hopefully, I appreciate you having me on the show, so maybe.
Rick, I want to talk to you a little bit more about that and get you playing your guitar in just a bit, but we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Lawndale Guitar Show. We're here this evening with Rick Lawndale, and Rick, tell us about what you're going to play for us right
Okay,
now.
this is good. This is actually the title track from that one country album thing. This is instrumental. It's supposed to be like a spaghetti western kind of thing. It's called Ponderosa Parkway.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Thank you. That was great.
Good job, man.
Ponderosa
Ponderosa Parkway. There you go.
Parkway.
All right.
Perfect. In Lawndale. Rick, now we've got you strapped up with your acoustic for us, and so we're going to hear some of your more original music. And what do you got in store for us right now?
Okay, this is yeah, one of the ones. This is an acoustic thing. This is on that Unplugged album. But yeah, this is a song. This is called "Gated Community."
All right, and what
So
is it
just
about? Gated community?
Gated community is about the haves and the have-nots.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's told from the side of the have-nots.
Well, let's hear it.
Okay, gated. Okay. I'm in a gated community on a hilltop with a view, so I can sip champagne and look down on you. I made it to the top and I ain't coming down from this gated community right outside of town. Outside of town, that's where I'll be, in my exclusive modular stucco guard protected community. I've got a sports utility vehicle and it's bigger than yours. Fill it up with gasoline and never mind the wars. I've made it to the top and I ain't coming down from this gated community right outside of town. I'm looking for a private school for my special son. Don't want him messing around with gangs and drugs and guns. I made it to the top and I ain't coming down from this gated community right outside of town. Outside of town, that's where I'll be, in my exclusive modular stucco guard protected community. Take it away. the association, well, you know it calls the shots. Don't want me painting my condo polka dot. I'm so glad that I packed my things and came to this utopia where everything's the same. I don't hang out much at the coffee shop anymore. That conversation has become a bore. Got all new friends with a pedigree, all within the confines of this fine community. Outside of town, that's where I'll be, in my exclusive modular stucco guard protected, flame retardant, fiber optic, solar powered community. Thank you.
That's great. That's great.
All right.
Well, do you got anything else for us?
Okay.
Throw another one our
This is
way.
a similar song. This one rocks out a little bit more. This is a song, I think everybody can relate to this song. I certainly can. The song is called Credit Card. For some of you people that get a little carried away with that. Gonna open my mail and see what I won today. Is an ethnic man with millions on the way. I can get rich quick and not work very hard. Ever since I got my credit card. Well, the chicks really dig it when I pull that sucker out. Making money is what it's all about. I can get rich quick and not work very hard. Ever since I got my credit card. Chorus, here comes. When I see Excalibur, well, you know that I lose control. They can have my money, but they can't have my soul. Well, I know someday the bills are gonna come. Until that day, I'm having lots of fun. I can get rich quick and not work very hard. Ever since I got my credit card. What's the use in saving? You can't have it when you're gone. 'Cause when I got my credit card, the party's always on. Gonna open my mail and see what I won today. Is an ethnic man with millions on the way. I can get rich quick and not work very hard. Ever since I got my credit card. Ever since I got my credit card. Thank you.
I'm just goofing in the background because it's the first time I ever heard it. No, that's great, Rick.
Well, thank you.
How many original songs do you think you've composed today?
In my life?
Yeah. Rough number.
I'm sure it's in the hundreds. I was easily in the hundreds. I don't know.
Have most of them made it to recordings by now?
No, a lot of them never. No.
Where do you get your inspiration? Just what's going on in life, or?
Yeah, just what amuses me, I guess. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I listen. I listen to different. I get on different kicks. Like for a while, I get into like Gershwin kick or something. I listen to all this really old music, and then I get into. I get on different kicks. You know, for a while I'm into one thing or another thing, but.
Right. It makes life interesting that way. You don't get too
generally
bored.
vintage music, not you know, not that I don't like current music, but that's yeah.
A lot of the old jazz greats. You give them a listen to?
Yeah, I try to listen to everything. Yeah.
Are there any?
Lately I've been listening to a lot of musicals and stuff, which I hated when I was younger. I like it, but I get into it.
Are there any of the new artists that you listen to or care for?
Yeah, I like it. Let's see. I'm drawing a blank.
more singer-songwriters or bands or anything?
Yeah, I like everything. I like Green Day and all that.
So some of the younger and more contemporary acts.
Yeah, I'm not too choosy.
It's good to have variety.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of different stuff.
Well, I think we may have time for one more if you want to throw another one our way.
Maybe we'll do a mellow one, maybe.
Okay.
See if I have a mellow side. Let's see. Which one am I going to do? Let's see. Decide which one to do. Let's see. Everywhere I go, people say that I drive too slow, but I don't care. Where do they need to be to make them honk at me? Well, I'm unaware. Well, I'm just another tourist, all cruising through the zoo. The only thing that matters is what's inside of you. Sometimes I don't fit in to this town I'm living in, but I don't mind. People point at me and say that he has lost his mind. Well, I'm just another tourist, all cruising through the zoo. The only thing that matters is what's inside of you. La 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la, la 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 la. I keep on writing songs, but where do they belong? Well, I don't know where. Everywhere I go, people say that I drive too slow, but I don't care. Well, I'm just another tourist, all cruising through the zoo. The only thing that matters is what's inside of you.
Great, Rick.
Sounds a little like Harry Nilsson, I know.
That's great.
Everybody's talking. Everybody's got to be influenced by something.
That's true.
Well,
That's
thank you.
true.
Yes, I have some mellow ones. Yeah. I don't want to be too one-sided, So I experiment. I try to write some, mellow love song kind of things. But,
Well, I want to thank you for coming in. It's been a pleasure to have Rick Lawndale on the Lawndale Guitar Show.
Yeah, so you can check me out, and then the Lawndale, old Lawndale group, they still perform sometimes, so you can check that out too.
Yeah, very good. Rick's been a real pleasure having you on tonight's show. Thank you again for coming in. Your name, Rick Lawndale, is obviously a tie-in with Lawndale and our history and our community and the heritage of music in Lawndale itself. So thank you again for being a part of tonight's show.
Thank you.
That's it for tonight. I'm your host, Jim Osborne. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you'll tune in and see future episodes of the Lawndale Guitar Show. Thank you.